Welcome to Shiny New Clients, the marketing podcast that helps you attract shiny new clients to your business. We'll talk about social media, what makes people buy, how to go viral, and marketing psychology, all in 20 minutes or less. Whether you're a coach, a stylist, or a wedding planner, if you've got a service-based business to sell, this is the show you need to fill your calendar. I'm Jenna Warriner, your new marketing coach, and this is Shiny New Clients. There are certain things your leads need to hear in order to work with you. And if you're not getting the number of sales that you want right now, you probably haven't said the magic words to your leads. So the first thing that we need to understand about humans is we are selfish. Even your best friend who is so giving and generous, when it comes to absorbing marketing and sales content, they are selfish, meaning they're reading every word through a lens of what's in it for me? What does this have to do with me? These are copywriting principles that you might be familiar with. You might have heard these before. So your leads are selfish. Everything they read has to be about them. That means everything you write has to be about them. And this is why it is so hard for service providers to sell what they do, and why service providers always end up against this, it's not a roadblock, it's a pylon. But we find ourselves facing this struggle, right? You like to help people in whatever it is that you do. You know how to get your client from point A to point B, right? It's already obvious to you, but it's not obvious to them. And we all need reminders of this sometimes. I remember one time I was in a program and I was already an established marketer with a thriving business. And I was taking this program where I got to get feedback on my emails. Very helpful to get feedback on your copy, on your posts, on your emails. Even me at a level where I'm like already providing this for people. I still actually to this day have a coach reviewing a lot of my content. So I submit this email and I'm expecting to hear back from the coach, "Oh, Jenna, you're so good at this, wonderful work, no notes." But of course, they say this needs to be about your client. It needs to be about the reader, and it needs to be about the reader sooner. Like right up in the first 2 sentences of an email you're sending to your audience, you need to tell them why this matters to them and what's in it for them. We all need these reminders, right? Because you know a lot. You know a lot about what you do. There's subtext that you're not even thinking to say out loud because it's just so inherent to you. There are dots that you are not connecting for your leads because the link of those 2 dots is so obvious to you, but not to them. You need to clearly connect the dots. You need to clearly tell them why this matters. You need to clearly communicate succinctly what results people get by working with you. How will their life be different after? This is all work we do right at the beginning of Magic Marketing Machine with my clients because it is so important. It's integral to this entire operation that you get this right. And then once you get it right, people buy from you faster. You even have happier clients. So why else is this so hard for service providers? Well, I'll tell you why. Because you want to help, right? Service providers, the type of people I work with, I have a lot of parent coaches right now, whether that's in person or like with online parent coaching programs, a lot of parent coaches coming to me, a lot of people who are behavior analysts, a lot of people who are creatives and designers and coaches and therapists in general. Okay. So if that was you, or even if you just innately in your personality want to help people, then you're probably not going to be naturally good at linking these dots, because usually the content that actually helps people and makes a change in them is not the same kind of content that sells. Right? And we need both. I'm a giver. I love making social media content that helps you, that you can learn from immediately. The stuff you're learning from isn't the stuff that people buy off of automatically. You know what I mean? So when it's time to make your sales content, you need to take off your helper hat and put on your marketer hat, who uses different words and speaks in a different way and says completely different things. Let me give you another example to sort of exemplify what I'm talking about right now. My brother-in-law, I know him really well. We've had lots of dinners together. We have vacation together. I know him really well. We talk about work a lot because we both have found ourselves in manager roles because I have a team now. So like he manages a team, I manage a team. But I don't know what he does. I don't know what he does. And it's too late to ask. I'm in too deep. I can't ask now. I have an idea, but I played along for so long when he used industry jargon and he thought he was being clear, right? He has no idea. I don't know what he does. Or else he would have told me, right? Right? No, he can't know. He would have told me if he knew or had an inkling that I didn't get it, right? But he's using his industry language. He's using the words that he uses every day when he's helping people, when he's talking to his team, when he's talking to his colleagues, when he's writing internal emails. That is not marketing language. That is not the same language and the same words you're going to use to communicate to a stranger to try and get a message across. It's something to do with insurance building. What's an adjuster? Doesn't matter. You probably have a friend like that, right? Think about that person. You have drinks with them and they complain about work and you try and like catch up and read between the lines and because it's too late to ask what they do. They probably work in an office. We know that much is true. All right. So a lot of what I said is sort of deeper marketing work that needs to be done. Again, come on into Magic Marketing Machine. We will do it all with you. But how do we practice this? That's a lot of sort of marketing know-how and a deeper dive into the psychology behind the marketing, but how do we actually apply this? Great question. The best place to practice this work is in your Instagram bio. Your bio is a very powerful tool, right? You're spending all this time on your reels, right? You're like making these awesome reels and posts, and then your post pops up in front of a stranger. What do? They can actually press follow right directly from the reel, but a lot of the time, first before they decide to follow you, they're going to come to your profile. They're going to tap your name, come to your profile, look at your profile, and you get approximately 2.5 seconds. And in that time, they're going to decide if they're going to follow you. So the bio is a bat signal. It is a flag we're putting out there and it needs to speak to them. But what do people do with their bios? They make it about themselves. Cat mom, mother of 4, graphic designer. Who cares, right? That's all to do with you, not your lead. And all your copy has to speak to your lead. They are selfish. They need to know immediately what's in it for them. This is why I've created 5-minute bio, a mini program that tells you exactly what to put in your bio, step by step, line by line. You can get it below this episode. And it also includes a training called How to Look Legit AF on Instagram, which is all about how to add authority and credibility to your presence and to your content so that you look like the expert that you truly are, and find different ways to apply social proof into your content so people trust you faster. So you can get that below this episode. The bio is just such a perfect playground for practicing making the words you write everywhere. Emails, Instagram posts, sales pages, your website, your bio. Make it all about that ideal client so that when they see it, they go, oh my goodness, this is for me. This is the perfect place to be. I'm going to click that link and see what else there is out there for me. I'm going to click that link and sign up to work with this person. I'm going to click that link and get a discovery call because these couple of sentences spoke directly to me. I feel seen. They clearly know what I want. Pretty cool, right? I actually have a client who watched that Legit AF training when I did it live originally. She added 1 line to her bio and doubled her sales overnight. And spoiler alert, what the line was an authority building social proof line of text, just a single line of text. Now that worked well for her because she had already gone through my bio training. She already knew how to speak directly to her ideal clients. And then when she just made this one tweak, she doubled her sales, which is awesome. And when I say doubled her sales, I mean they had their normal average sales that they made in a day. They doubled it, and that was the only change she made. And she messaged me and she was like, this is the only change I made, and now today we've doubled our sales. So it's our best guess that that was the reason why. Hard to prove with stuff like that. It's hard to prove ROI, aka return on investment, in organic social media in general, right? Because with ads, we can track every single person who comes through. So it's really easy to know what was working, but organic hits a little bit different. Like somebody just reached out to me and they had just joined my program, Magic Marketing Machine, and they did what we call the audience expansion challenge, which is one of the challenges you do right at the beginning. It's 10 ways to grow your following without making content. And immediately booked a client. And she says, Jenna, the audience expansion challenge just booked me a client. And I was like, great. How do you know that that's where it came from? And she told me she already knew this person, but she did the challenge. It made them reach out and then they booked one of her offers. So it's so important. And I was so glad that she recognized that in that sense, your organic marketing, your Instagram presence is part of like an ecosystem, right? You might already know somebody and then they start following you and then they buy from you because your content warms them up and speaks all that marketing language. You might have already worked with someone before, but your Instagram presence keeps you top of mind. You keep popping up in front of them. You say the magic words that your lead needs to hear that makes all of this about them and makes the results super crystal clear that they're going to get by working with you. So then they finally decide to take the lead. In fact, you probably have hot leads following you right now. I think everybody does. They're just waiting for you to say that one thing that clicks in their brain and they go, yes, I need to work with them. This is the journey. This is the action step I need to take in order to get this result that I've been longing for, whatever that result is. All right. So a little bit of marketing jargon tossed at you today. Let me know what you think of this episode. Let me know what you think of 5-minute bio. The idea is you watch a couple of lessons. It's like less than 15 minutes of video, and then you fill out a worksheet and make your new bio in 5 minutes. That's the goal. And then that bonus training I told you about, it's a little bit longer. It's going to be like over an hour, just sort of a sit back, have a cup of coffee and watch it. And then what you learn, you'll apply to your marketing forever. Everywhere, really, your website, your sales page. That's all about authority building. So it's stuff that you're going to keep in your back pocket for a long, long time. You know what? Another micro action you can take right now is just to be really clear when you have your helper hat on and when you have your marketer hat on, and start practicing switching back and forth. I actually just experienced this like firsthand, where you might have come to a content co-working day. At the last second, I announced a content co-working day. And we said, you know, come out. It's today. Like it was really last minute. Come make 3 pieces of content in an hour with me. And my goal was that people would get a taste of what it's like to work with me and like make a bunch of content and then want to buy. So we had like 80 people come. Mind you, some of them were already my clients, but we had like 80 people come last minute. Everybody told me how much they liked it. I had people sliding into my DMs like, look what I made. This was so helpful. But then nobody from that event, to my knowledge, bought my program and enrolled in my program, right? Because all I did was give. No marketing psychology, no sales psychology at play at all. I thought, rookie mistake, Jenna. I thought that just by giving to people, that would connect the dots for them and they would come work with me. And it didn't work. And it was such a great reminder. It's nice to give. I had fun. Those people had fun. We all made great content. Maybe some of them will become clients eventually. But because it wasn't well crafted, it was just me out there providing a free workshop for no reason, it didn't convert. Meanwhile, when I actually try and convert, using the marketing psychology and the sales psychology that I already know works, I convert like gangbusters. So it's always worth the experiment and trying things out. You never know. But yeah, okay. Love you. I'll see you inside 5-minute bio.